Tonight on DC News Now at 5, the rain arriving and so are those strong winds. Meteorologist Damon Matson is with us with just how windy it could get.
A daughter desperate for answers as the search for her missing father continues. The effort from family members and the community to find him tonight.
Then the Kennedy Center is getting a new name.
Well, it needs a lot of work, but we're going to make it great.
The renovations the president is preparing to make.
Heads up, holiday procrastinators. We're breaking down the dates you need to head to the post office to ship your holiday packages.
And Dan Snyder's house auction ends today. How much people are bidding right now and the nonprofit receiving the money.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
You are looking live at the Kennedy Center as we track rain moving through our region tonight. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall.
And good evening. I'm Annalisa Gale. It's Friday Eve. Let's turn over to meteorologist Damon Matson with what's ahead as we inch closer to the weekend, Damon.
Yeah, Annalisa, Mark, I'll tell you what, we've had a couple of warmer days here, which have been very enjoyable. Snapping out of that cold has been a beautiful break after the way we've had this month of December go so far with our temperatures. But it's going to come at that cost. You saw the sky out there, very gray. We have rainfall and eventually some strong winds on the way that we are watching for. Now, temperature-wise, yeah, we did make it pretty much everywhere across the region into the 50s for a brief time. Now, we have a couple locations like Winchester, Annapolis, down to Lexington Park that have dropped back down into the 40s, but all in all, we're going to hold on to the slightly warmer air until that rain arrives. There are the clouds. They have easily now filled in across the region. Some light rain already trying to develop out toward the Allegheny front in West Virginia and western Maryland. The rest of us have a couple more hours, but then the rain will start to arrive across the board and make us all go on the soggier side of things. There you go. Those rain showers likely to fill in by 8 p.m., turning to a steady rain as we head into the middle of the night. But the rainfall is not going to be the main sort of headache we're going to get out of this storm system. It's more so going to be the wind. Those will ramp up tonight and reach their strongest points tomorrow. And we have wind advisories in place from D.C. northward in this tan color. And then we have a high wind warning for some of our mountain counties in that orange color off to the west. Within the advisory, we could see gusts of 50 miles per hour, up to 50 miles per hour. And in the warning, gusts could reach 60 miles per hour. So it's about to get extremely blustery. We'll talk about the timing with these strongest winds, and we'll detail out that rainfall a bit more as well in your full forecast here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. And taking a live look now at the Kennedy Center tonight as it could soon be renamed for Donald Trump here, added to it the name there. The Board of Trustees voting today unanimously to rename it Trump Kennedy Center. President Donald Trump was elected chair by a newly constituted board in February. Trump criticizing the center's programming and its physical appearance and has vowed to overhaul both.
But, you know, we're saving the building. We saved the building. The building was in such bad shape, both physically, financially, and every other way.
And early this year, he elaborated on giving it a whole new facelift and what he wants to rebuild.
We're going to make a lot of changes, including the seats, the decor, pretty much everything. It needs a lot of work.
Trump has secured more than $250 million from the Republican-controlled Congress for renovations for that building.
Well, tonight, a family is desperately searching for their missing loved one. 79-year-old Leonard Thompson was last seen Monday night in Sterling, Virginia. His car found hours later 200 miles away in Roanoke. Thompson has not been seen or heard from since. DC News Now's Marielle Carbone joins us live in Sterling. Marielle, you spoke to the family today. What are they saying?
Well, Mark, they're obviously concerned. His daughter tells me there is no reason that he should have been out in Roanoke today. The family, daughter, and other members canvassing the Exxon gas station where he was last seen, posting flyers like this one here, and just hoping to find any clues that may exist.
You know, I'm heartsick over it because he's old and he's vulnerable.
For 3 days now, Tara Byrne has been looking for her father, 79-year-old Leonard Thompson.
I'm just really baffled. It's like he vanished.
Thompson was last seen on surveillance footage at this Exxon gas station on Pacific Boulevard in Sterling on Monday night. He's alone and fills his tank around 8:39. He attended a funeral earlier in the evening and had dinner with friends.
He does have diabetes, so sometimes his blood sugar makes him confused, but when he's compliant with his medication, he's fine, and all his friends said that he was acting completely normal.
Thompson's car was located the next morning around 3:30 a.m. on Interstate 81 outside of Roanoke. The car was parked in the right lane with a flat tire.
He wasn't in it. His keys were gone.
Virginia State Police conducted a search in the area but found no trace of him.
Our state police partners have been outstanding with the resources they provided. Aerial units to check, drones. They've had canine units that have done searches.
The Herndon Police Department, where Thompson lives, is leading the investigation.
We're combing through digital forensic information to find out where the car was, direction of travel, up until it is recovered by our state police partners.
You know, time is of the essence. Yeah. He's diabetic. He doesn't have his meds.
Thompson was last seen wearing dark pants with black shoes, a black overcoat with a corduroy blazer underneath. And Thompson left his phone at home Monday night, so there's no reaching him there. Now, he is described as being 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighing 160 pounds, and his car that was recovered is a 2022 white Lincoln Corsair. So anyone that may have seen that Monday into Tuesday or has any information about his whereabouts is asked to contact the Herndon Police Department. Reporting live in Sterling, Virginia, I'm Marielle Carbone at DC News Now.
Thank you. The federal government admitting it's responsible for the crash near Reagan National Airport that killed 67 people when a Black Hawk helicopter collided with an American Airlines jet.
Yeah, DC News Now's Chris Flanagan explains why the government is taking responsibility.
The U.S. government admits it had a duty to care for the passengers aboard an American Airlines flight last January, but the pilots of a military Black Hawk helicopter failed to maintain vigilance, and air traffic controllers did not maintain visual separation procedures between the helicopter and the passenger jet, leading to this crash on January 29th that killed 67 people.
I'm not surprised there was an acknowledgement of mistakes made.
The government says it will pay damages, but has not said how much. Virginia Senator Mark Warner has raised concerns about the busy airspace near Reagan National Airport for years.
You keep jamming more and more flights into DCA, you're going to have problems.
In the filing, the U.S. government also admits it knew of previous near misses between Black Hawk helicopters and other aircraft.
No more flying in the dark.
Critical to the crash, according to lawmakers, is ADS-B Out, a technology that broadcasts more precise location data. The U.S. admitted its response to the lawsuit. Helicopters did not broadcast ADS-B Out on rehearsal flights, such as the night of January 29, 2025, for operational security reasons. For months, senators on the committee overseeing aviation has tried to require the military to broadcast it over the D.C. airspace.
Now is not the time to take any steps backwards.
On Tuesday night, the bill imposing tighter restrictions on military aircraft passed the Senate.
And that was Chris Flanagan reporting there. Well, developing now, police taking a student into custody at a Prince George's County high school following a stabbing. The stabbing forcing Parkdale High School to go into lockdown. DC News Now's Liberty Simmons has the latest.
Prince George's County Public Schools officials tell us that the injured student did not receive life-threatening injuries after another student here pulled out a pocket knife.
This is the first time I've heard about a stabbing. I would have never thought Parkdale, of all places, a stabbing.
Students in shock after police took a student into custody for stabbing another student at Parkdale High School.
It definitely was scary, simply because you know someone got hurt, and it was it was something, a stabbing you don't take lightly.
The school went into lockdown just before 10 a.m. Prince George's County Police confirmed the suspect is a 14-year-old boy being held at Cheltenham Youth Detention Center. They are charging him with attempted murder.
A lot of people were definitely worried. I'm assuming some people must have seen the blood marks, because there were some people really running. They were sprinting.
Staff are reviewing security footage and gathering information to figure out how the student got the weapon into school. Police say the victim is in critical but stable condition.
You don't want anyone being hurt, so I'm happy to hear that whoever it was, is in better condition.
Now, school officials say that the student in custody will be subject to both legal consequences and school disciplinary action. In Riverdale, Maryland, Liberty Simmons, DC News Now.
All right, Liberty, thank you. Tonight, Maryland transit officials have approved a plan to rebuild the Chesapeake Bay Bridge and tear down existing bridge spans and ease traffic. Now, the project could cost between $15 and $17 billion, with construction possibly starting in 2032. Now, the plan known as Alternative C calls for 2 new 4-lane bridges with full shoulders over the Chesapeake Bay and a taller bridge to allow larger ships to pass under. It's not clear who will pay for the costs.
And happening now, if you can believe it, we are just a week away from Christmas, and that means last-minute shopping, last-minute shipping as well, Mark.
That's right, and the United States Postal Service says it expects to move more than 1 billion pieces of mail this season. DC News Now's Randy Bass is in Northeast DC with what you need to know before you go to the post office and how you can save at the shipping center.
The holiday shipping season is in full swing at the Brentwood Post Office in Northeast D.C.
It's the most busiest time of the year, right?
Mark Wall with the United States Postal Service says millions of pieces of mail will move through the DMV during what's expected to be the Postal Service's busiest week of the year.
It's great because in Dulles, we have one of the #1 machines in the country called the Pills machine. It takes care of mail within this region. It does 7,000 packages an hour. Our Brentwood facility does thousands of pieces here, so this region is very well taken care of as far as getting packages where they need to be for the holiday season.
People packing up boxes and filing into the post office Thursday morning, getting their gifts in the mail in time for Christmas.
The postal clerks here are very good. Also, my neighborhood post office, the clerks are good, so that's something to be aware of. They're helpful. They give tips on how to improve the process.
And for those who have procrastinated, you still have time to get your packages where they need to go before the holiday.
Delivery by Christmas. Our guaranteed deliveries are Priority Mail Express. That's for our procrastinators out there that they have there. Going to cost you a little bit more. However, we're still the most affordable shipper this season.
He says Ground Advantage shipping and flat rate boxes are good affordable options, even though their ship by dates have already passed.
We're still getting those packages to those destinations, depending on the zip code, by Monday and Tuesday next week. If you go in our system, it'll tell you expected date for each of these.
And if you're anticipating packages heading your way over the next couple of days, the USPS says you can sign up for Informed Delivery online. You'll get an email with packages and letters heading to your home ahead of time. In Northeast, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.